team begins their season this weekend.
And many regional volleyball teams are getting prepared for the biggest matchups of the year. Sydney Kessler is here for sports. Sydney?
You're right, Paul. Many local volleyball teams are competing in the regional finals tomorrow night. And the first ever college football playoff ranks was released early this morning. And we take a look at what might be history in the making in Game 7 tonight. I'll have more in sports when we get back.
And now the latest scores and highlights from across the River region. This is Evening Edition Sports.
Things are starting to pick up in the world of high school varsity volleyball. The regional championships is in the Cobden sectional begin tomorrow night. Norris City hosts Christopher at home in the Norris City Regional. The Goreville final showcases Marion versus Cobden. Century takes on Egyptian at home. And New Athens is home against Valmeyer in the New Athens Regional Final. The regional championships will be facing off in sectionals this Tuesday at Cobden. The sectional championship will be held on November 6th at 6 p.m. The Saluki men's basketball team is about to be back in action. The Dogs start with 2 exhibition games on November 1st and 8th when they host St. Mary and Southern Baptist. Then the Salukis begin their season with a trip to St. Louis to take on the Hoyas. The men then continue their travels to Kent, Ohio for the Breast Cancer Classic. And after their first 5 games outside the state, they come back home to host Olivet Nazarene. To take a look at the rest of the Saluki schedule, visit the SIU Athletic website or ESPN.com. The NBA is finally back, and there are multiple headlines coming into this season. LeBron back with Cleveland, Kobe back in action, and Bulls point guard Derrick Rose is healthy. Rose played in only 10 games last year before injuring his knee. Rose, along with newcomer Pau Gasol, a strong Chicago lineup. Tonight, the Bulls open up in New York against Carmelo Anthony and the Knicks. Chicago will be without starting shooting guard Jimmy Butler, who is still nursing a thumb injury. Tip-off from Madison Square Garden is at 7 p.m. From Effingham to Masac, it's beginning to look a lot like hunting season. In the southern Illinois region, residents are cleaning their barrels and loading their chambers in hoping of scoring some big game. Fall turkey season began last Saturday, but will be ending on November 2nd. Dove hunting began in September, but is ending on the 14th of November. Canadian goose hunting began on Saturday and will be ending on the 16th. And the first firearm deer season will begin on November 21st and last only 2 days, ending on the 23rd. For more information on the hunting regulations in your area, go to dnr.illinois.gov. Did your team make it in the top 4? We're about to find out. The first college football top 4 rankings was released last night. Mississippi pulled in the top spot with Florida State coming in second. Auburn and Ole Miss rounded out the rest of the top 4, while Oregon and Alabama were the first 2 teams out. This is the first of 7 rankings that will come out each week for the remainder of the season. With regards to SIU's rank, the 3-game losing streak has dropped the Dogs to number 25 in the FCS Coaches Poll. The Salukis have a bye this week and will be back in action on November 8th against Missouri State. 1 game. That's what the Major League Baseball season has come down to. 1 game to decide who wins the World Series. It's Kansas State against San Francisco. It's density versus dynasty. It's Game 7. The Royals have all of the momentum after a 10-0 blowout last night, but don't count out the team who has won 2 of the last 4 titles. The Royals will send Jeremy Guthrie to the mound as the Giants will counter with 39-year-old Tim Hudson. Hudson will become the oldest pitcher in history to start a World Series Game 7.
As a kid growing up, you think about it. As a big league player, you think about it, and often wonder if you're ever going to have that opportunity to do it. And 16 years in the big leagues, I finally have that chance, and I'm really, really excited about it. I can't wait. I can't wait to get out there tomorrow and have some fun.
The series moves on to Game 7 at 7 on Fox. This will be the second Game 7 in the past 12 years. Thanks, guys.
Hey, thank you very much, Sydney.